What God has for me, it is for me. I know without a shadow of a doubt that He will bring me out. So what God has for me, it is for me. Welcome back to your spiritual sports segment on Rhema Gospel Radio. I'm CJ. Women's college basketball only had 2 ranked games that featured 3 ranked teams in action last night as second-ranked UConn clobbered, crushed, and contained. Alliteration. I love it. 9th-ranked Maryland 63-48 in the Jimmy V Classic as Kelly Ferris was bowling outside of her mind as she filled the stat sheet with 8 points, 8 steals, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. And 23rd-ranked Miami mollywopped Alcorn State 68-53 as Soraya Maguire had a career high of 13 points. For your NFL quick hits, Baltimore Ravens star linebacker Terrell Suggs suffered a torn biceps in Sunday's loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, a league source told ESPN. Coach Andy Reid has officially named Nick Foles as the quarterback for the rest of the season, even when Michael Vick returns from being out with a concussion. And finally, the appeal of Richard Sherman's 4-game suspension is scheduled for December 14th, which means the Seattle Seahawks cornerback will be able to play Sunday at home against Arizona. For your Olympic sporting news, Greg LeMond says the president of the International Cycling Union can't remain in his job while a panel examines possible links between the organization and the doping case involving Lance Armstrong, and the 3-time Tour de France winner said he will be willing to run cycling in the interim. Utah officials announced plans Monday for a long shot bid for another Winter Olympics, saying they already have the venues in place and have left behind the taint of scandal from the 2002 Games. And finally, Olympic hurdler Lolo Jones has survived her first bobsled crash as a first-year bobsled push athlete was in a sled that tipped over during a training run Monday for this weekend's World Cup stop in Winterberg, Germany. However, Jones and her driver were not injured. In sporting news, a 1% increase from 68% to 69% was achieved from last year's bowl-bound schools to this year's bowl-bound schools, as a study revealed by the Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sport. However, the study also revealed a gap between African American and white players persists. The NCAA academic progress rate has a target of 925, and 97% of schools received a score higher than the target. Richard Lapchick, who was the primary study author, is of the opinion that awareness raised by Education Secretary R.N.E. Duncan and NAACP President Ben Jealous was the main catalyst in motivating schools to make progress by athletes a priority, and stated, quote, "I think the threat of the loss of scholarships has great meaning for coaches today," close quote. Do you want your share of $10,000 in cash and prizes next year? Well, make sure you have your FACE in the PLACE, as Rhema Word Broadcasting celebrates 6 years on the air at their 6th annual ministry gala. Get on the payment plan to secure your tickets now by logging on to RhemaWordTV.info for more information. To catch archives of your spiritual sports segment, log on to my innovative blog site, CJSports.com, and make sure you give me that follow on Twitter at CJSports, and don't forget to like me on Facebook at CJ that's CEEJAY. Stay tuned for more updates on your next spiritual sports segment, where we sprinkle a little spirituality in your sports. I'm CJ. Be blessed and have a triumphant Tuesday.